let's start here.
The first matchup
Okay.
in this year's Battle of the Rings. We have here somebody that actually both of these people have competed in the past.
Nash
This
Quinn.
is Nash Quinn with
Yes.
his,
I know Nash.
which,
This is the put your eye out ring.
yeah, actually I love how it does balance
That's perfect.
when it's
Yeah.
ready
Great
to-
consideration. That is
Yeah.
a built-in stand that doesn't get in the way of wearing.
It's not earthquake proof, but
Nothing is.
yeah.
That's a really lovely idea.
Yeah.
That's thinking.
And then of course this does fire, so we're trying not to fire it too many times.
Because there's a
Are you
have a
going to fire
lifespan?
now?
Why not?
Right at me. God, I'm gonna go totally blind now.
It's just
Ow.
too much fun.
Oh my God, I think
okay,
I'm-
that
I
is
think
the
I'm wounded.
last time. Now don't
I'm hit,
step
I'm
on
hit.
it.
Uh-oh. Where did it go?
Right.
Okay, we lost it momentarily, but it does have this
All
bright
right, let's
red.
keep moving because we are going to run out of
Okay,
time.
we're gonna
again.
run out of time. So when it's open, it doesn't. There we
That's
go.
fine.
And then this is Michelle Schuler.
Lovely. Let's
Lots
take
of
a look.
detail on that. Yeah, you can pull that right off. There you go.
This is the best. Look at that.
That little detail down there.
And you know, it's not going to cut you either. A lot of times people don't pay attention to edges, but that's not going to cut you. And look at that beautiful chamfer on the inside.
Yeah.
And of course, the money. Nice play on tradition, I think. Very
Yeah,
beautiful.
It spins very nice.
All right.
All right. and
We're
then
very
now we
conscious
have
of
a,
time, so
yeah.
that's why we're just.
All right.
We don't
so
mean to
then
give
we
anybody
have
short
here
shrift.
Valeria. Valeria. Yeah, I'm sure that's how she spells her name. So wax
Icena?
carving.
You should set your pillows back there, Kim.
She made a very nice video.
No, that's Lithuania.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's gorgeous. So this must be cast, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Of course.
she made a really nice video of carving it.
That's another
It's
thing.
called,
You
I
know,
only have eyes for you.
paying attention to the inside is super important that people just don't seem to do.
And it's a really cool stone.
Look at the way it's set. I mean, it's really, those are very purposeful tool marks.
Yeah.
Very nice. You always hold it up to your head. See if it's loose. It's not loose.
And it's very comfortable.
Beautiful. And you know what? It reads as a heavy ring, and honestly, in the realm of things, not
No,
really.
actually, it's one of the rings when
Beautiful, right?
I just put on when I'm here because I like it.
Oh,
All right,
so
and
you
then we have
Ah.
Monica Moreno.
Yeah.
Understated.
Drowning in pleasure, love, and pain.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, this ring.
What are these strange things on the side?
Very,
Those
very
are
interesting.
genitalia.
Oh, anything ending in alia is always a good
And
thing.
then the person on top, hopefully they're
Anguish.
smiling.
Well, I think they're in anguish, actually.
They could be in
no,
both.
They could be in
Yes.
ecstasy.
Yes, I think that's the concept there.
It's very
And it's got a
lovely.
little detail on the back.
Oh, a heart.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yes.
that's the thing about jewelry, especially rings, is you can hold them and find out surprises. That's really nice. So, excuse me, sir. That's really, really nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's
nicely
very
done.
beautifully carved,
All
actually.
right.
All right, and then we have here Danielle Geese. And I'll take those away
And
from you.
Sarah, our very
Yeah.
own Sarah.
I should have, here we have.
Oh yes.
Our very own Sarah
Geese.
Pulse.
Which came first? It's
Which
called.
came first?
Thanks. That's a good idea to read the titles.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, why don't you start?
Well, let's see. Is the egg? The egg must have come first, because how can the chicken survive without the egg?
How do you get it? How do you get an egg without a chicken?
You're opening a can of worms. Which came first, or the worm or the can? That's the big
Lots
question.
of nice detail on
Very
this
nice
band
detail.
as well.
You know, the kinetic stuff doesn't have to be like crazy cranky stuff. It can just be subtle movements. Look at the finish on the chick. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it is.
You know, so when you open it up, it's got some zap, which is really, really nice.
Yes,
and
it is
it
very
functions.
surprising when you open it what's inside.
If you're gonna make a kinetic type of ring, you best make it so it works. Beautiful.
All right, and then we have
Ah,
here
Sarah.
Sarah Pulse.
Should we say how old
Who's not
Sarah
with us
is?
here today.
She
She's
is a
one
youngster.
of our 3 high schoolers.
Just
in,
turned 18. I already broke that.
Yeah,
one.
she just turned 18.
So this ring, we're going to try to do it at the end. We'll paste it in, but the principle here is she's a total science geek, right? So the principle here is basic chemistry. Baking soda goes in, which is a base, and then what's the acid?
Vinegar.
Vinegar, which is a total acid, acetic acid, and they react, and
gonna
it
do that
foams up,
And
and it's
she-
like a volcano.
And she took the time to dye it red so it'd be more
Like
like,
lava.
lava. And she made very careful that it was watertight, so she could
And it's
do
a
this.
little dinosaur.
And this was all because she was homeschooled and didn't have the opportunity to make this while she was in school.
Look how well she signed it too. I didn't notice that before.
She learned that from you.
Did she really?
Yeah, use
She
that.
does it better than I do. I'm sure.
And Sarah won't be here today, unfortunately.
She's in
but
Ireland.
She's in Ireland. All right, next up,
Okay.
Kim.
Yes.
Aha, all right, that is called
The World
Within. Oh, I'm guessing there's something going
Danielle
on.
Cadiff.
North
From
Carolina.
North Carolina.
Lots and lots of rich detail on the surface of
I
this.
just love that you can explore things and they just kind of open up each time. This is the second time we've seen the rings and they're just like
Yeah.
fresh to me.
Yeah, when you
Oh,
really
yeah,
look
and then
at
it
it.
opens.
Oh, that's the
Pops
best.
open.
Oh.
Ooh, we have surprise.
And she could have left it empty on the inside, but she
Yes.
chose
No.
to, really ornament it on the
And
inside.
then this turns into
And
a
this
pendant.
Yeah.
translates right into that same language.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then this does turn into a pendant, so there's a chain that comes with
Passes
this.
through those holes.
Yeah, and it actually wears very nicely.
How tight? How tight a fit?
It's a really good fit. I mean,
That's super
considering
duper
that-
important.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a beautiful fit.
That's a beautiful ring. Nice. I'm thinking it's sterling filings. Oh, something on the inside? Oh, we'll just call it that. Beautiful.
All right.
Nicely done.
The next one
Oh, I
is
love that one.
The Explorer's Loop. Naomi Zart.
Great.
From California.
concept here.
Both open. I like this whole idea. There's a lot of opening going on. which is
Yeah,
great.
there's a lot of transformative rings for sure.
And kinetic.
Oh, look at that.
This one has a lot of detailing
So
on
then
it
you
as
undo
well.
this side here.
Watch out, there's stuff inside.
Yeah.
This one's a
This,
magnifier
this
right
floor
here.
is like,
I
if
know.
it goes down there, we're done.
And so you can put whatever
Oh,
you want
mama. This is so up my
And
alley.
there's an actual magnifying glass here, so you can magnify either side
So you can be hiking
depending on the
And you
side
can
you want to
find
look at.
something.
and you can get a closer look at it.
It's so nice too that you can. It's like a nice, really nice twist on a locket. It is a locket actually.
Yeah.
Look at the little fungi down
Yeah.
on the side, little bracket
Yeah.
fungus,
Yeah.
Really
lots of
sweet.
nice detail on that. So
and it covers a lot of territory, and it's very light. It's very
yes,
light.
It's very comfortable. Yeah. And Naomi was runner-up, I think, in year 2.
Did she win Miss Congeniality? I believe.
Um,
we say that anymore? Can we say Miss Congeniality? Sure.
And then next up we have Patty Tozer. Patty has been in the competition several years.
Again,
Yeah.
kinetic, which is
A lot of
Yeah, but
fabulous.
different, really
Yeah.
different than
I'm gonna
anything
turn it.
we've seen so far.
Oh man.
Simple mechanism, but
This is Arthur Ganson right
very
here,
well
right?
done.
Super Arthur Ganson. These super elegant but very simple kinetics. Doesn't have to be fancy to be effective. I mean, that's just lovely. And the mechanism is so simple and so smooth and so satisfying. The bird just kind of like bonks down, which I love.
Yeah.
You know what else I love? She either upset the edges on these wings or she started with really thick material because that really reads as a whole surface. People forget about edges. She did not, which is
And
great.
I also like the contrast between the brass and the silver.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Nicely done.
And we have Wendy
Great.
Jo New, who's
Oh.
made us an amazing,
Called amazing, M-A-Z-E.
yeah, amazing,
Oh,
amazing.
how you always spell it?
Well, but it's
Well, you don't have the E.
amazing.
No, I get the idea.
It's amazing.
This is great. This is. I
I
mean,
think
this is
Ryan did this so well.
unbelievably
Oh, he
frustrating.
actually
Oh, yeah.
achieved it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Ryan,
I have done it as well. What do you
oh
mean?
stop now,
Yeah.
you bunch of communists,
It would keep you occupied for some time.
and exceedingly frustrated.
Oh.
This is going to be the whole film right here.
Boop, 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 boop. Sound effects.
Yeah,
Yay.
Nice.
that's really nice. Really, really lovely ring.
All right.
Very nice.
Next up, we have Sarah Gasalboni.
Casalboni from Italy,
Ooh.
of course.
And this ring is titled Le Masque de Venus.
You know what? I mean, just as a geek out kind of thing, just simple sheet.
Yeah.
These holes correspond. I mean, it's a
Very
ring.
simple.
It's, making a ring doesn't have to be this whole ring thing.
Mm-hmm.
It could be just these counterintuitive uses of material. Really lovely. It's got a real. I mean, it's soft, but each little element is like very, very present, which I love.
Yeah, it's quite expressive.
Nice piercings.
I don't know. That symbol must
I think
mean
that's
something.
Venus. I think
but
that's
I'm
the
not sure.
symbol
Is
of
it?
Venus.
Okay.
Yeah, and the the detailing on
Yes.
these elements is really nice.
Absolutely.
And it's actually not, see how it's open in the top here?
Mhm.
So it really actually just jumps off the face, you know?
And and these doing rivets like this through this little cross section is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
And she pulled it off.
Yeah, she did.
Very nice. And the earrings.
Yeah, the earrings.
You gotta love
Yeah,
the
so a little
earrings.
bit
The
of
rings
movement
within
there.
rings, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Sarah Giordano.
Ooh.
Another Sarah.
Ooh.
Massachusetts.
Another thing to drive you insane on a long plane
Called
trip.
flip flop.
It's a nice, simple design. Yeah, it's called Flip Flop. Very suitably
You know, don't
named.
you know what? There's like, I always wonder like when the initial light bulb went off for the idea they're going to do it. You know,
Yeah,
how did
yeah.
it start? Like what? You know what? Oh, boom! It's usually in the shower, right? These
Yeah,
kind of come up.
or
Sorry.
when driving. I think of a lot of things while I'm driving. And she was actually an alternate last year, so this year she got into the competition, which I think is pretty cool.
Very, very well made ring too. Really lovely.
And she did win her first match.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's
so
very nicely
satisfying.
made. Yeah,
Very satisfying.
Beautiful.
nice finishing on it too. All right,
Congratulations,
now
Sarah.
we have another Sarah. This is Sarah Bouchard.
Too many Sarahs. Are you allowed to have this many Sarahs?
Yes.
This
Pots to
is
party.
Obviously, a giant pot
yeah.
of spaghetti.
From Georgia.
Oh, that's
Very
beautiful.
fun, playful ring.
It is. I mean, again, it's kinetic, but not in the way we would expect it to be kinetic. This is called en tremblant. It's a type of setting from back in the day. A little piece of enamel would go on top, and it would quiver.
Oh, really?
Learned that from Keith Lewis.
Oh, wow.
I
Very
probably pronounced it
discovery.
wrong. Yeah. Beautiful.
Keith, did we pronounce it wrong?
He's not listening. But here's the other
He
thing
might
that I
be.
like. The transitions between the ring part
Yeah.
and the pot. I mean, they're two absolutely different worlds. And that transition works really, really well.
Yeah, it really animates it.
It does.
You know, if
'Cause
it's
it
just
sets it
sitting
up.
on top, yeah, it makes it
really
like its
does.
own little character up
Yep.
there. It almost feels like a little
Cooktop or...
like a little person. It has like a quality of a
Oh,
little,
totally.
It's very
like,
animated.
yeah, yeah. I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
Like the ears and the...
Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
So it's really playful
robot
because of
kind
that, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Bender from Futurama.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So the next ring
Oh, super,
is
super
called
quiet.
Unlucky Pals, and you have a mouse being hugged, we think, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's called constricting in real life.
By a snake.
You might want to get him pretty close because
That's-
I don't
that's
know.
prior to
This is
eating.
The snake would usually eat.
Bring it on in.
I'm zooming. So
Oh, you are.
Oh,
You're zooming.
wow.
Would eat the mouse, but the mouse looks like she's just kind of hanging out in their paddles.
And this is a
And
nice
it's
piece
so
of
so sweet and kind of just
Yeah.
compared to like some of these large assemblages, it's just super sweet,
And
super
this
tight.
is rose gold and sterling silver.
yeah, so that's a nice contrast too.
Nice ring shank. I like that little sign
And
there
that
in
is
the ring
Margaret
shank.
Baker.
And very comfortable.
Look at the little mouth on the.
Yeah,
And the
it's got
snake.
a little
Look at
tongue
my
on
fingernails like right sticking in there.
It. Yeah,
That's really beautiful. All fabricated, I guess.
it looks like it. Yeah.
Oh,
This is one of my favorites just because of the materials. The material that's made out of these
Oh,
are
yeah.
melted plastic forks, believe it or not. And what a beautiful floral shape.
It really
that
is.
I thought it
she
was
got.
feathers when we first
Oh,
Yeah.
first came through in the
I mean, it's quite impressive.
and then this is an aluminum can.
That's right. So it's
This
all
is
recycled
fantastic.
materials.
Harriet Estelle Berman should see this because this is
Yeah.
right up her alley.
This is a gorgeous
This is
ring.
like really, I mean, this is dialed in. It's beautiful. It's counterintuitive. It's of the time for sure. It's aware. All that stuff. And I love the tin can part.
Yeah, it's I don't.
It's super light.
Yeah, it's very light.
And you can wear it underneath a pair of gloves to the opera.
Not.
Yeah.
Really,
But
really
it is
lovely.
a really fun kind of runway piece. I think you could really wear it and be
You know
kind,
what?
it's quite smashing.
When I first
with
saw
it.
this, I thought this is like a classic piece of mourning jewelry,
Oh yeah.
right? Like a
Interesting.
black,
Yeah,
a
because
black,
of the black. Yeah.
like a black corsage.
Everybody who picks it up though, they really love
It's
it.
very
Oh, it's
cool.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun. And
Yeah, you know,
really fun.
yeah, I don't know if I like that term. It's a little dismissive.
Fun?
but- Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
it's enjoyable and it's playful,
Playful is
but
better.
fun is, I think, a little. Never mind. We're getting into the
I hear
weeds.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I think it really has presence.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic ring.
Yeah.
They're all good. I mean, really, there's not a clunk.
And this ring
Oh,
actually
yeah.
actually made it pretty far into the competition.
Yeah, and actually this
I have
is
to
one of
say.
my favorites. I shouldn't say that they're my favorites, but it is one of my favorites.
And this is
It's very much like that other ring.
Rika
Italy.
Simon from Hungary.
Simone probably. Yeah.
And it makes a nice sound too.
Oh.
It's a beautiful.
And again, such simple idea.
Yeah.
Like expanded, extruded tube, or she probably made the tube, the square tube that is. And it's all echoed in the shank.
Yes.
I mean, it's just like there's a lot, basic design principles that are really being nailed here and elegantly.
Yeah. It's overall a very unified, very lovely piece.
And very satisfying. You know what else
Very
is really
satisfying.
nice? There's a little sway in it.
Yeah.
That little camber. Which is super nice.
Yeah.
And just
All made out of brass.
And
all
it
of these
does-
are good for plane trips.
And I
Long
said this
plane
before
trips.
too, that the brass is a nice use of the material because it gets really hard, and so it makes that nice
Yes.
ring. So the sound is
Brass
very
makes a great ring. That's a brass
purposeful.
bell, so you bronze and brass
Exactly.
bells.
All right. So then we have from Delaware.
Yeah. Oh,
This is Jean.
This is
Delaware.
called G-Wagon.
Lately in the news,
The only
unfortunately.
constant is change.
So this is another transformative ring. It's got this.
Oh man, I don't even remember this from last time. It's good to be old. 'Cause
And
you're
it's
always
actually
surprised.
these move independent of each other, so that's pretty cool.
This is what do they
Lots
call
of
this?
detail
It's almost
in
like an
there.
astrolabe, you know?
Oh yeah, I know
Right?
what you're talking
Those
about.
little
yeah,
Cosmo-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it's obviously traveling, and then
And again, a locket, a
yeah,
double.
It opens.
Is there another? Is that the hinge on that side?
Oh, and this has a necklace.
Oh,
inside.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
the chain is not on it right now, but there's a little pendant that also has a lot of detailing on it.
Front and back.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is exquisite. Really lovely. And
And
look at
and
this. Is
little
that a hallmark in there?
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's just
Just
part of
another
the
design?
ornamentation. Yeah, it's very, very ornate.
There's words in it. No, it's the hallmark. It says 14K on it.
And this
Ah.
is titled "The Only Constant Is Change," which we already said. Okay.
Beautiful. All right.
And then that competed against Christopher Gerber here.
Oh, I've heard of him.
And this ring is interesting because Christopher made his own stand that goes with it. So we should maybe put it on the
He's not
stand.
the only one that made the sound. Well, let's look at the ring first.
Oh, okay. Then we'll put it back on the stand.
Christopher's got just a great sensibility. I mean, we know him. He's kind of he used to live here. But look at that.
Is there enough light on it?
And he
Can you catch
is his ring made it all the way to the final two.
Yeah. In the finals today.
Nice use of tabs.
Yeah, and it's got beautiful movement on it.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? This is so enjoyable. And it's knurled.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
coined on the edge, which is just a lovely touch.
Yeah. It's
It's those little things in jewelry, man.
I think it's quite poetic.
It is very
And then
poetic.
it goes on the stand.
And as always with
somehow.
Chris, it's really, really well made. All right, I'm going to let you guys put it on the stands. I don't want to drop it.
It just has
Right,
a.
there it
Oh,
goes.
yeah. I wonder what kind of wood that is. Is it poplar or salted
This
maple
looks like
maple?
a piece of
We should ask him in
like
there.
driftwood,
It
almost.
just
looks
says
Yeah, but
wood.
it's some-
It doesn't say
something that
what
he
kind.
found.
We'll have to ask him.
Beautiful piece.
And this is actually the second ring that was made it to
Yeah,
the final two.
they're in the finals. It's kind of interesting that they were side by side. They've been chatting the whole time.
Yeah.
This is Aaron
They all get along, which is
Rosenbaum.
really nice. Very Seattle.
So much detail on this ring. Actually.
Oh, my goodness.
And
God,
of
Ryan
course,
must have
its
loved this ring.
primary feature is that it
Oh.
lights up. So she saw this agate and just thought, how can I exploit that beautiful stone?
Right, which
And
she
so
which she talked about in her video.
Yeah. There's a video from each of the 4 finalists and talking about their inspiration and why they think they should be champion. And so she really wanted to make that stone shine, and she did that very successfully.
You know-
and she did the circuitry in it. So I don't know if that's part of her background, but she did that very successfully.
It's
and
so
then there's
often-
a little pendant inside.
You know, it's so often you get these agates, right? And they're just beautiful picture agates, and they're translucent or even transparent. And how do you use them? Because maybe you leave them open back, but then it requires you to pick it up and look at it in the light.
Right.
And so nobody really sees
I see.
it off their body, right? And that's just a great way to do it.
There's like a sun on the side. And
Yeah, and its mechanism is really nice too. Very, very, very nice.
So that's your lock.
Yeah.
And where's your button for illumination?
This little
citrine?
sunstone. The sunstone.
Oh, nice.
Or
and Erin, she's from Texas.
Yeah.
Called the Golden Hour.
Beautifully done.
She had a lovely ring last year as well.
All right.
So this is Washingtonian, Alyssa Farber.
Sweet
This is a
little
really cute ring
That is.
called
Holy Grail.
Holy Grail.
And it is
And these things move a little bit.
brass and 14 karat gold and sterling silver.
Little bobbles in there,
I
overflowing.
want it to make a sound, and it does.
It does, yeah.
Lovely. You know, all of this, you know, again, I keep harping on design, but, you know, it just keeps, this language is pulled right through the side of the chalice, which is just really good.
Yeah,
Really
and
thoughtful.
actually that collar is a nice detail as well.
Yeah, the whole thing is just really nice. I got to tell you, man, it's just really gratifying to see these, you know, to see such great, you know, within one form of jewelry, like teapots, you know, that just, once you have all that dialed in, you have to decide what you're going to make, but you know what you're going to make within that genre. It's great.
Yeah. This one's all the way from Spain.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
this is Nico Sales. He's also been in the competition in the past, and this is literally just a chunk of
Is it lapis?
lapis, yeah, with a.
Yeah, lapis lazuli. Plus
It's a
silver.
very satisfying
Beautiful.
ring to
Yeah, God, it's
put
just
on,
nice.
actually, I think.
And it's not really, you know, top heavy.
No, it's really balanced. It's actually really nice on my middle finger. And then,
Like what we're saying. That's really good.
yeah. And then that
Don't
ring,
lift
that
weights with
ring
this.
originally went up against Neo Toyota.
Another stone.
She's out of Portland. Actually, this is glass.
Oh,
this
this
is
is
cast
glass.
glass. Yeah.
That is nice. God, I just...
And it's rhubarb pink green shift. So it's got a lot of layers in it, which is pretty
Wish you
cool.
could take it outside because I'm sure the color would.
Well, you could probably put it under the light a little bit more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, from where I'm standing, I should say. But
It really picks up the light.
I love cross sections too. Look how my manicure looks good today. It's my table saw finger.
Not really. Not really.
Your table's off.
It is.
All right, and this is Gideon Herman.
Oh, wow.
Gideon also made it into the final four. So I
Oh,
think
look how
this
well
one's-
made that is.
And a beautiful
is
video
really
that she made
beautiful.
about it as well.
Yeah.
Look how well made that is. All this is, I'm
This
thinking,
is
is all constructed. Yeah.
fabricated. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe some piercing in there, but
Yeah,
I think it's
maybe-
all soldered.
Yeah, we should. I'm going to ask next year, but
Just
it looks
out of
like it's all
curiosity.
soldered.
And look how it integrates with the shank, right?
I
Yeah.
love the way the shank is, what is that, hexagon?
Octagon, I think. Stop signs,
Yeah,
octagon.
octagon.
Yeah.
So I think it's so interesting how they're made because I mean, predominantly we have jewelers who are voting actually.
Right, of course, yeah.
And so they really
Which is
appreciate
even
it.
more flattering, really.
It's very flattering. So anyway, this is a lovely ring. It's too big for me, but it is a lovely use for that stone. So
You have very long thumbnails.
I-
just noticed that.
I-
Now everybody knows.
and now that ring
Dana's secret shame.
went up. Actually, somebody did recognize me. I was in the hospital to have a blood draw.
Oh.
And somebody walking by.
By your
We
hands?
were both wearing masks.
Oh, no way.
And somebody recognized me because of my hands. Yeah. Isn't that
Really?
weird? Yeah. So this is a cool ring. This is went up against Gideon initially, and this is super organic. So it's as opposite
just-
as
it's
it
just
could be.
so-
but it
it's-
has a similar
ugh.
flavor, and it's a
You know
rough, rough fluorite.
I just love, I don't know why, but
It's insane.
you know, the idea of prongs is always locked in our head as one specific thing, and this is just, and also the shapes. I mean, the way this thing, especially this right here, that angle right there, that just flows right up. Like it's like surf hitting like a, you know, it's like a big curl when you're going to surf. That's
And
what
no
reminds
matter
me of.
which way you turn it, it looks different.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And that's Laura Grazza. is how
Very nice.
her name. And then next
What do we
up
got
we
there?
have here April Bauer.
From Arizona.
Do I know her? I think I know
this
April
is metal
Bauer.
mosaic, so it's a
I love
lot
this little
of
this nail set, her beading tool.
Yeah.
Pounded in, beautifully done.
yeah.
You know, it's just
All sorts of different techniques
it's
on this
stacked,
ring.
but it's very subtly stacked, right?
Yeah.
There's enough reveal, but it's very subtly
And
stacked.
it's also very comfortable to wear.
Yeah.
People don't think about that, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, it doesn't have to be. If it's not meant to be wearable, that's cool. But if it's meant to be wearable, it should be comfortable and balanced.
I could not
And
agree.
actually,
We got to find out wearability. That's a
I
whole
really
other
love this
conversation.
little detail right here.
Yeah, me too. That the
That little
donuts.
tail.
Oh,
I
the
like
little
this
tail
little
for sure.
tail, yeah.
Yeah, I love
And
little
then that
tails.
went up against Jason.
Oh man.
This was actually one of my favorites just because
Which one? This one?
this one, if you look on the side, you'll see very unexpected on the other side. Stone setting.
Oh man. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We're making a little video.
Hey, Nance.
Hey, Nancy.
You're okay.
What kind of stone is that?
You can join.
It is a green garnet.
Like a savorite?
I guess so. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I mean, you know what? That's another thing about, on that surf ring, right? The whole idea that the ring itself is the setting is the best. I love that. It's a
Yes,
really beautiful ring.
yes.
It's really compelling.
I love that stone.
How's it feel?
On the
little
right,
small
it's a little
for me,
small. Yeah, it's pretty
But
small.
It's
someone
just
a little more
lovely.
diminutive would have to wear that one.
Back in the day. God, it's very comfortable. I mean, she really, or he really, or they,
Yeah.
really figured that out, that it's not going to snag. Oh,
This
yeah.
is Moonlit Tides.
Oh, yeah.
And this is Liz Cohn
Florida.
from Florida, and she came all the way from Florida for our opening reception. It
Look
was
at this
really
little
super
beautiful-
fun to meet her.
Look at that little detail right there. That little ledge.
Yeah, I love the curve, the way it fits the finger.
Yeah. I mean, there's a
she could
lot
have
of,
left it flat. Let's see that.
look at all these different
She
curves.
could have
kind of
left
going
it flat on the
yeah.
bottom, but she put that nice curve in it, so it's very, very comfortable
And this is
to wear.
glass?
This is a shell.
Oh, is this a shell? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Shell.
So,
From
Like a
the
slipper
shores
shell.
of the Florida.
yeah, she sent a bag of shells when she sent her ring, which
This is
very
really
sweet.
nice. Another thing is like this, the way the wire has been used for the shank, and it just kind of, it's just honest, and it's really lovely.
Yeah, and it just integrates into
That's
the band
that's
very
that's the
nice.
word I was looking for, but it's Saturday, so I don't usually
I
use all my own words.
understand. And that went up against
Oh,
Kristen
yeah.
Scott, who also turned out to be a favorite in the competition. She made it into the Elite Eight.
The Elite Eight.
Yeah, so she's
Coveted
local.
position.
She has been in the competition before.
That is really nice. Kombu?
Kambu, yeah, and
I love that.
yeah, that little. I think people were really very excited by her ring, and I think it just really like burst out at them.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there's like so unexpected to see metal transformed that way.
And that's it, man. That's
I mean, we see it forged and we see it,
You bet.
melted and carved, but to just see it breaking open like that
That's
is
beautiful.
pretty exciting.
Yep.
And then
It's implying there's some giant force on the inside, right? Which is just great.
Przynski, which is from Washington.
She's
So this
one of
are
my
rough-
students. I actually never
rough
have
ruby?
learned to practice. Yeah, I've never learned how to say her name properly. Terrible.
Again, the whole prong situation. Just why do they have to be just these little stupid prongs? I mean, this is really nicely done.
Totally agree with that.
That's one of my favorites of the
Yeah, me too.
competition. It's just
Really, this kind of thing. It's so
Beautiful.
deceptively simple, but it's so hard to get that just to be nice and straight like that. At least it is for me. Especially when you have any sort of convolution on the bottom, and it's just really lovely.
I just love the squiggles and the petals and the
And
color.
these
of
little
the
under
stone.
petals too. Look at that.
And it's really nice from all angles. When you look along the edge. and
Honestly, I think they
top.
all are really nice from all angles. And that's the thing,
Yeah, that's
how we're
true.
holding this stuff
Yeah.
with rings.
And rings are so importantly need to really be considered from all angles,
Absolutely.
right? Because it's a really three-dimensional object that sits on your.
It just looks so beautiful on the
Yeah.
hand. And the
And
next
this one
ring,
also. this is
another
one of
real-
those-
One of my favorites.
Totally.
Sorry, I know we don't have favorites, but
Which is your favorite child? What do you think back there? This is, you know what?
It's called Contemplating.
You don't
the
have to.
Afterlife.
You don't have to hit somebody over the head with like a bunch of stuff you're throwing in, and
Yeah.
just. It's there. It is, man. Right here's the money for me. That is just
And if
so
it's-
well conceived.
If it's gonna be simple, then it really has to
Oh, check
be
it out.
perfect, and it's pretty perfect.
There's this recent, like a while ago, there was this term, jewelry should be activated. The act of wearing it activates the jewelry. So you're looking at it like that. When you slip it on your finger, all of a sudden those support struts become something else.
Yeah,
Which is super great.
yeah.
Nice.
And nice
ring.
precision in the
Yeah, and getting that
placement.
an even,
Yeah.
an even patina like that.
Yeah, and just the
Super
even
hard.
placement of the
little
kambu.
dots.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
dots. It's no small
oh
task.
my god!
I know.
And this is, did we say this was Isabella Bendlington from Scotland?
We
From
will apologize
Scotland.
for massacring everybody.
Yeah. There's some names that are going to be really hard.
Oh, this
Here's
is great.
another eyeball in the competition.
Eden
Which for me is
Bradford
very
from
significant. When
Ohio.
I was a kid, I used to
Eden
dissect my
Can I
sister's
keep an
dolls.
eye on you?
And that's how I found it. These are all counterweighted. And that's how it works. And it's just, God, it's just great.
Yeah.
She made a fun video of herself
Look at that.
having dinner with it.
And it's a found
Look how
object
clean that
doll
is.
eye.
Yeah, it's really nicely made too.
It's really nicely made. And it's light.